Okay, we are live, and I'm going to share this real quick. Everybody, just hold on for 1 second, and we'll get started. Um,
I'm gonna have to use this little app.
yeah, it's paying off. I see people are starting to catch on to it. It really, you can do a lot of things. You can have like four people on it. You can show videos. You can do a lot of things.
Now, can I invite people while we're on?
Yeah, you can just
How do
go
you do
straight
that?
to the. Well, if you got your phone or whatever if you have another device, you can just go straight to the Facebook and share it, or invite or tag whoever you want to tag on
Oh, see,
it.
I
Yeah,
wasn't prepared for all that.
That's all right. I look when this broadcast is over, it'll be up on the indie page. It'll be up on the
Okay.
Facebook page. Yeah, so you can see it. So thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. This is national recording artist Monica Lisa Stevenson, and a legend among many. And really, really, and she has paved the way and has done a lot for in her career and ministry, and I believe a lot for others across this country, and inspired a lot of people. Um, she is married to the wonderful Derek Stevenson, who's a super producer at this point and is doing many great things. And those two together have become one of the power couples in gospel music across this country. So, Monica, thank you so much for joining us today. How you doing?
I'm great, Phil. Thank you
Good,
for having
good,
me on tonight.
good. We're excited that you're going to be joining us for the ninth. My goodness,
Oh,
IGAA conference. You're going to be our host for the first IGA awards, and hopefully you'll be able to share some of your knowledge and experience to the indies that are coming. For those of y'all who do not know who Monica Lisa Stevenson is, look her up, Google her, and you will see who she is and get a glimpse of what she has done. So Monica, let's just talk a little bit about your career. How did you get into this gospel music thing as far as the industry concerned? As far as the industry is concerned, how did you get involved?
well, going back to my roots, born and raised in little old town, Wetumpka, Alabama, and my mom, dad, uncles, aunts, they all are singing. I'm a quartet girl.
That's all
So
right.
yeah, quartet girl. So I was born and raised in it. Then I moved over to Atlanta, and God just began to enlarge my territory. Made a little shift from the quartet and wanted to still keep that vein of traditional music. And one thing I remember Shirley Caesar telling me that what you're doing works, then let it work for you. Don't change and compromise with what everybody else is doing. And it's worked for me, so I am here to stay and keep doing what I'm doing.
And so, how long have you been singing gospel music?
You know what? Oh, we were just talking. It's over 20 years. So
Wow.
next year we'll be celebrating my 20th year in music ministry.
Right. And you just recently had a birthday, so happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. How many albums do you have out to date?
I currently have three full albums,
Mhm,
and we have some singles out, and
mhm,
we're getting ready to work on my fourth project now.
mhm. Who are your who has mentored you throughout this journey of being an independent artist?
Um, I would say I'm an old school girl, and
Mhm,
when I look at the caravans, they've been a great role model. And I looked at them to say that these women who have and had been in this industry for so long,
mhm,
that means they have something to impart into me. So they
mhm,
kind of took me under their wing and was able to re-record one of their greatest hits, "Lord Keep Me Day by Day," that became my signature song. Um, and was honored to be able to sing that song with them. So they kind of took me under their wing, and Dorothy Norwood, of course, always, is in giving me great knowledge, great wisdom about this industry, and and I keep that to heart, and I've used some of those tools that they've given me.
Right, right. Why did you decide to become an independent artist? You certainly have the skills and the tools to sign with a major label. Um, Anybody who has heard you, who has experienced your ministry, know that it's a big ministry. And so, why did you decide to stay independent?
You know what? We Am I still there? Okay, there we
Uh-huh,
go.
uh-huh.
Yeah, we decided. I don't know. I think that was just something um, that God had designed for us to do. And for me, I wanted to be an example to other indie artists to let them know that yes, you can do this. That you don't have to be on the major labels. I've never been on a major label, and I've been on major platforms, and I'm just grateful, to God that He's opened
Mhm.
up so many doors. For me to be able to be a part of some of the main stages.
Uh-huh. Try to keep your camera still. Your picture is shaking just a little bit.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah. So I mean, I think that's a phenomenal testimony. I know everybody. There's some people, some of us, or some people out there who may not have had a choice, but then there's
Mhm.
some who undoubtedly had the gifts, talents, and connections, you
Mhm.
know, to sign some sort of a deal and decide not to for one reason or another. Um, some of what do you consider to be your greatest challenge as an independent artist?
What would be my greatest challenge? Oh, hmm. I guess maybe one of the greatest challenges would be, um, well, at the beginning, I would say that at the beginning, one of the greatest challenges was to be able to walk into doors that other artists were in, and you wanted to be a part of that, and
Hmm.
and you couldn't. But I stayed faithful on the walk and on the journey, and stayed true to who I was, and
Hmm.
those doors just God just opened those doors for me.
Right, right. And he truly has opened up a lot of doors for you.
Yeah.
Um, you have been coined, back in the day, they called Vicky Winans the hardest working woman in gospel. But you have been coined as far as the independent artist community as one of the hardest working women in gospel. And how do you find the strength to travel as much as you have traveled? And how do you keep yourself healthy throughout this whole process?
Well, you know what, Phil? God puts no more on you than you can bear.
Hmm.
And I always encourage the independent artists, and I tell them that if this is what God has called you to do, that He will make the path easy, that it will not be any strains,
Hmm.
not be any, and nothing that will get in your way, because
Hmm.
this is what He's called you to do. And I know that this is my calling. This is what He's called, me to do.
Right, right. Do you find yourself traveling light now?
Light as
In terms
in,
of luggage, with all this travel you have to do and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, lighter than I used to travel. I used
Uh
to pack everything.
huh.
I'm like, oh, I need to take this, I need to take that. And now I'm like, okay, take two outfits, one pair of shoes is gonna match both of them,
Right,
and you
right,
get that bag and your product bag, and you roll right on.
right. Do you find that people are still buying CD products?
I do, and well, I guess for the genre of music that I sing, they are still buying music.
Hmm.
They are
Well,
still buying music, and they're waiting for me to come, to their city when I show up, because they're waiting. They can't get the CDs anywhere else, and
mm,
a lot of the old season saints want CDs in their hand.
that's right. They do. They
They
do.
do. They want those CDs in their hand.
I just wanted somebody to confirm what I've been saying. People still buying CDs. Don't be fooled.
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah, they
I sell
still.
them every weekend. Let me tell you what, sir.
How do
And
you
I
balance?
ain't mad about it.
How do you balance your ministry with your family?
You know what? My husband is very supportive. That helps me with the balance. Of course, we have five children,
Mm.
two that are adults now, and I have a grandbaby now, and then we have three still home. One daughter who's getting ready to graduate this year, another that's a sophomore, and then we have little Zion. that popped
Hmm.
up out of nowhere. And so we have them in elementary, middle, and high school. So yeah, they keep us quite busy. So you know what, praying a lot, and we um we have family time very very often so that we can put down everybody's schedules, what what's going on, so that we can know how to balance it.
Right, right. Let's
Yeah.
let's move to the IGA conference. You've been to the
Yes.
IGA conference before, and I wanna just give you a shout out and thank you so much for your support because you've been to the IGA conference with and without our help.
Right.
And I want to
That's
thank
right.
you. I want to thank you for that because everybody wouldn't be willing to make that kind of sacrifice. And that lets us know, how much you support. And we were in our infant stages when you did that. And so we
Right.
just want to thank you again. But what was your experience being at the IGA conference, and how do you think it can really benefit an independent artist?
Oh, it benefits, and I encourage every independent artist. If you're out there and you have not been, you need to sign up tonight. Had it not been for the IGAA, is it IGAA? I don't want to say it
Yeah,
wrong.
that's right. You got it
Yeah,
right.
had not been for the conference. Listen, Philip, Mr. Henry Harris, Kevin James, Brother Reggie, Earl Bynum. These guys have imparted so much into me. I knew nothing about a sound exchange. I knew nothing about a BDS. I knew nothing about all I knew we were making we did a single and we put it out. And
Mm,
it blew up. It did more than we thought it was gonna do. And I just remember Henry Harris reaching out to me one day via Facebook. He didn't know me and I didn't know him. And he was like, what are you doing with the music? Is it in the BDS system? I'm like, what is that? Is it in media base? I'm like, what is that? Are you signed up with Sound Exchange? I'm like, I had no clue about any of those things until I actually came to the conference, and we came home, signed up for it. And let me tell you, that first check, because they had been holding my money for so long and they didn't know where to send it.
mm.
Praise be to God. So
I'm trying
listen,
to tell you.
coming to the IGAA, listen, it was very beneficial for me. I learned a lot. Got to meet a lot of new people, a lot of independent artists, great connections. So people that I'm still connected to now.
Wow, wow. Well, thank you for that. We're excited that you consented to be our co-host for the first IGA Awards, and we're
Yeah.
excited about it. We're planning May the 1st, in just 6 days from now. We're going to be announcing who the final nominees are uh,
Yay.
uh, for the award show, and I know you're going to come and do it up because you always do. So we're just excited for you and excited that you'll be coming. And we want folks to sign up. You have 6 days left to catch the early bird rate of $99. We also have a group rate of for I believe it's five or more persons if you want to sign up for the IGA conference. But it's going to be exciting this year because our real focus this year is what is our real focus every year is what our weakness is. And so
Right.
our weakness this year is really learning how the streaming thing really works and how we need to come together to
Yeah.
make it happen. And we have persons coming from San Diego and
Wow.
from Nashville to come and teach us streaming and teach us how to make it work like other genres have made it work like other artists. And so we're really going to spend a lot of time with that at this conference this year. So we want y'all to come. If you've been several years, just know this is one of those times that it's not going to be like the other years that we've had it. There's really going to be some different things going on. So Monica, if
Yeah,
you had
I'm
one,
excited. I'm excited about it. So, yeah, if you haven't signed up, go do that tonight. Catch the early bird special before May 1st. I'm going to be there. I'm going to bring some people with me. So,
praise the
we're just
Lord.
looking for a great, great time for learning, fellowshipping, and, just getting to know new people and getting to know something and find out something different that I haven't found out.
Amen. One last question for you. If you, there are a lot of artists out there, and everybody's looking for advice. I mean, I read advice, and I take it if I feel like it applies to my ministry. But with you being a veteran at this point, you've had some success. What is your advice in 2019 for the indie artists, especially the one who's just getting started?
Of course, now we're in the social media era.
Hmm.
So my advice would be take that free promotion and use it to the max.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, use it to the max, because a lot of um, the millennials now they're downloading music. I personally, I still like to have a CD in my hand.
Hmm.
So I would suggest just making sure that that you're getting your music out there, that you're promoting yourself, that you're showing up in your local area. If there are events that are going on that that are near you, of course, absolutely go to those events. Take your. I still do my little flyers. They work for me because
Hmm.
I've learned that even though they may not, they'll take it and stick it in their book bag or whatever they have. But when they go home and unpack and they go on social media, they'll look at it and say, you know what? Who is Monica Lisa Stevens? And they'll go find me on social media. And that's what made my likes go out. And I had so many pages so they had to make me shut a couple of them down because I was filling them up. So, which was a great thing.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
told them, any promotion works. It works.
Well, that's great advice, and I'm going to take some of that myself. And for you all who didn't see this will, of course, if you can share this with people that you know and people that you know that might need this kind of information. There's still plenty of time to come to the IGA conference. Monica, we
Yeah.
want to thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Tell
you.
us a little bit about what Derek, your husband, is working on right now, and then we'll end with that.
Oh Lord, Derek is his list is so long. He was a quiet storm. He's a guy behind the scenes, and you didn't see much and didn't hear much from him. But now his name and everything is just really, God is really enlarging his territory. He is currently getting ready to record Sam Franklin, who's getting ready to do her first live recording. So we're very grateful for that. We of course back in the studio getting ready to work on some new music. Some a new sound, another new sound. So hopefully people will, grasp that and still keep my fan base there. So yeah, Derek is doing a lot of stuff, and we got to get. Oh, he has the new thing he's getting ready to do. Next weekend is called "Get Ready, Get Set, Get Recorded."
Yes, I know about that, and that is
Yes,
revolutionary.
yes.
I like that idea. Tell him I'm gonna call him. So if he got any copyrights, I'm gonna have to borrow it for PC. But he
Yeah, so
is
listen, we have two slots available still open. So those artists this was designed for those artists who are trying to save up money. And what Derek did, he made it a flat rate that you're getting the engineer, you're getting the venue, and you can do whatever you need to do in your set time for a low rate. Where
right.
you will be trying to save up all of that money, trying to get a building, trying to get an engineer, getting singers, all of that stuff. So he set it up because that was his vision. And it's working. So our very first one is going to be next weekend. So I'm excited about that, and to see how God really blesses, and
It's
enlarges that as
I
well.
know it's gonna be phenomenal, and tell him I'm gonna be
Yeah.
calling him because I need that to happen in Washington D.C.
Wow. Yes.
Tell him
Let's make it happen.
it's going to happen. I love the idea. When I
Wow.
saw it, I was like, oh my gosh,
Yes.
that is phenomenal. That is
Yeah.
phenomenal. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much, and I hope you have a great evening. And I look forward to seeing you in July. And of course, love you so much, and very very proud of all that you're doing.
Thank you so much, Philip. I appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Thank you.